right. Time for a new episode of Short-Lived. This time, we are discussing the short-lived TV series Secret Girlfriend, which was broadcast in 2009 on Comedy Central. And it was a different kind of a show because this show featured the main character is actually the camera. More specifically, you, the viewer, were the main character. Which makes it kind of weird if you're a woman watching this, now that I think about it. But the premise is you're male, and you're with your two buddies, and you do stuff. It ran for 6 episodes, and of course was canceled. But the show was on Wednesdays, 9 o'clock. Remember that? And it featured you as the main character through the guise of the cameraman. And your two best friends were Sam and Phil. You guys lived together in this apartment complex. I don't know if it was the same apartment, but you were all off and together. You had a girlfriend named Mandy who you break up with at the beginning of the first episode. But she keeps coming back and keep going back to her. It's such a thing. And in the first episode, you meet Jessica, who is the secret girlfriend of the show. She technically has a boyfriend when you meet her. And it's kind of like, you like her, but she has a boyfriend. And she likes you, but you got Mandy, which is your girlfriend's name. There's also the hot neighbor, Martina, who also has a thing for you. Aren't you lucky? I wish I was that lucky. And your two friends, Sam and Phil, they're like YouTubers, but it's not really YouTube because you can't use YouTube. They make videos for a living. Like, off the top of my head, Forkhead, Nuts in the Sink, Butt Pirates, the Vagina Dialogues, what was the Smoking Poles, Toaster Head, Nipple Wars, there was one more. I don't know, but they make videos. They're trying to have like viral. The human tea bag. Enough said. But and they're trying to get do viral videos and be internet sensations as well. And you also have different kind of. I say you because you're supposed to be the main character, so just remember that. You guys have like there's an episode in which you guys go to a strip club. I think it's just to hide from someone. But you go to a strip club, and you end up eating the food there, and you end up really liking it. So Sam and Phil come up with this idea. They're going to market the food at Benny's, which is the strip club's name, and they want to market the food because people only go there for the tits and not the food. And the food is, is good too, so they want to market the food. I don't know why. Cause even Benny's like, no one cares about the food. It's a tit bar. No one cares about the food. Mandy shows up, and there's different situations that Mandy is constantly following you around when you should be broken up. And even your friends keep saying, he broke up with you 3 months ago, or whatever. Which I don't know how fast time goes, because it's 6 episodes. And eventually at Jessica's birthday party, you meet her boyfriend, Chad, who's a douche. But acting like a douche, but he's still a douche. I don't know. And then she ends up breaking up with him. And you guys want to get together, but she has to go to a family reunion, so you can't be together. And then Mandy starts acting normal, because she's crazy. She, sneaks in. She follows you everywhere. She sneaks into your apartment. She follows you to places that you think she'd be. And, it's normal adult stuff. There's, one episode where apparently Sam has never had a wet dream, so you're supposed to help him. This means he can't watch any porn, he can't do any of the... That's what he does. Any of the, standard stuff you do when you don't have a girl to help you along with it. You know what I mean? I'm not going to try to say it on here, but... Yeah, and he does this. And Phil's like, what's that? Just... No, that's not... Whatever. And, eventually... He does have a wet dream, but it's on the jacket of someone who's supposed to be Jonathan Lipnicki, but it's not Jonathan Lipnicki. And even they say, I know Jonathan Lipnicki, and that's not Jonathan. It's not him. And then you meet Jessica's roommate, who's a lesbian, and she has a girlfriend, but Phil has a thing for the roommate. That doesn't last long, but yeah. The last episode, though, because each episode is split into 2 segments. The last episode is where you actually get together and you guys do it. They don't show anything, of course, but the things come to a head at the party for Phil's sister, her 18th birthday, which Sam thinks he's gonna, he goes around taunting Phil because he said, like, he wanted to go out with Phil's sister a few years ago. She said she was too young, so in his mind he says, wait till she's 18 and then mine for the banging. So he's going around singing to Phil, I'm gonna bang your sister, I'm gonna bang your sister, I'm gonna bang your sister, I'm gonna bang your sister. And then when it doesn't work out because she thinks he's too fat, he starts singing, not gonna bang your sister, not gonna bang your sister, not gonna bang your sister for now. And it turns out she's dating a guy who's fatter than he is, which makes no sense. But this comes to a head when Mandy shows up at the party and goes off on Jessica. Before this, when you guys are leaving, you run into hot neighbor Martina, who says, oh, I see you got a girlfriend. Too bad. I guess I waited too long or whatever. That's important to the end of this. This is the last episode, right? Mandy shows up, goes off on Jessica. They both end up fighting in the pool. And then Martina shows up and asks if you want to get out of there. And the camera just kind of looks at the pool, looks at her, looks at the pool, looks at her. And it ends. And that's a cliffhanger. You don't know what happens after that. Did you take out with her? Did you go to help Jessica? What's going on? And be like, okay, I really want to know what happens. Well, I waited and waited and waited and waited and waited. And this is when Wikipedia wasn't too prevalent like it is now. Like, you go to Wikipedia, look up anything. Back then, there wasn't. I used a website called TV.com that always told me when a TV show was canceled or whatever. And I kept looking at Secret Girlfriend and I kept saying, on hiatus, on hiatus, on hiatus, every time. So I'm waiting, and like I think a year passes, and there's no news. I never heard anything. I finally go to look, and it says canceled. I'm like, oh, really? Because I really enjoyed it. And I had a friend of mine watch them with me, and he enjoyed them. I thought it was a good show. It could have continued. I mean, Michael Blakelock is in a movie. Michael Blakelock, I should explain, plays Sam. And he is in the movie Fired Up with Nick DeGrasso and Eric Christian Olsen. He's in that one. And Derek Miller, I don't know what he's been in. He plays Phil. I don't know what he's been in. But yeah, it's I thought it was a decent show. I have all the episodes on my Xbox. And so I watched them all today. It's only 6. I thought there was 9 for some reason, but it was only 6. So I watched them all. And I gotta say, although I really enjoy it, I understand why it was canceled. Obviously, the idea of the protagonist being the camera, there's not a lot of work with. Like, I noticed there's a lot of times where they ask the camera, and it's like they wrote, had to write some stuff in, like, well, then the camera's not going to ask back, so they say, like, when there's like an argument, like, even in the last episode, when Mandy and Jessica are arguing, they look at you, and Jessica says, why aren't you saying anything? Why don't you tell her we're together or something like that? And it's like, that's a great point. That, I often, I remember whenever I watched this, Mandy's like trying to get back with your character, and I'm sitting there going, "I dumped your ass. Get out of here." You know what I mean? I can see why it didn't really work, because you gotta have a main character who can, talk to the people. So my idea was to just simply have a second season, but cast someone to play the main character and keep the story going. But I guess they decided just get rid of it. Although I do enjoy it. So, okay, remember I rate with letters here, and I'm gonna give it a C. Because it's decent, but I understand why. So it's a C for me. So what are your thoughts on Take Your Girlfriend? Let me know in the comments below. Like, share, and subscribe. And I'm thinking about the next one, doing the Clerks animated series. So look for that. It's going to be part of my US universe. Not going to be in the rankings, but it'll be part of my review series, I guess. So look for that. Until then, like, share, and subscribe. See you in the next one.